Hi everyone, this is Matthew Kenslow. I'm the author to Juggling the Issues Living with Asperger's Syndrome. If there are any wind interference or cars and trucks that occasionally go by, or an airplane or whatever, then I'm okay with that. I'll tell you why later. In this video I just want to bring to the attention of sensory overload, tactile sensory overload, so that of touch. And I just want you to look at what I'm doing. And this is what I find myself doing all the time because of the sensory overload that I may have with the things that I'm wearing, like certain shirts or jackets. Well, it doesn't necessarily matter what material it is, and there are certain shirts that I cannot wear. Jeans used to be a problem when I was younger, and I wouldn't wear jeans, I would wear other material as well. But I was thinking since last year sometime to make a video something like this, because I think it needs to be expressed that if we're doing this, it's just that we're having some sensory overload, and we could just get annoyed with certain things like a jacket or sweater touching us. And prickly things, of course, are the worst. I sometimes don't know how certain people can wear certain things because it just seems so prickly. And so how about some other examples? So today I'm wearing this right here, a different jacket and such, and it kind of feels like there's like a perpetual touch with this no matter how much I rearrange this and such. And I find myself doing this. I'm basically shrugging my shoulders, trying to get comfortable and such. And all I'm doing is just trying to get comfortable in this, and that's all I'm doing. So it's just tactile sensory overload, and that's it. So again, sometimes it's like I'm shrugging, and other times it's like a flinch, kind of a little bit quick like that. And again, it's just the sensation that this is just rubbing or constantly touching me. It's just kind of, it makes it a bit uncomfortable. And so I thought I'd explain it. And sometimes it really gets to us or bothers us when we think back about our experiences and think about why some people stare at us a certain way or give us weird looks. I mean, I was cussed at, I was laughed at, I was followed by a vehicle last year and for 21 years before that. So I sometimes wonder, and sometimes I think maybe it's because of the things that I have to do to get myself to feel comfortable, and that maybe rearranging my jacket or my shirt. And it's not that we're crazy or disoriented, it's just that we have autism and we're undergoing a sensory overload attack, if you will. And to simulate how frustrating it was, I could imagine that some parts of this video may have been hard to hear. I'm not sure if it's hard to hear now because there's a lot of wind. Sometimes there's wind interference in my videos, and if you're feeling a little frustrated trying to understand every single word that I'm saying or hear every word that I'm saying, well, that's just the point, because that same amount of frustration I feel is applied to me and other people like me when people just don't understand us for who we are, or sometimes if we're annoyed and frustrated by certain things, certain clothing that we wear. And this all reminded me of a phenomena that happened back around 3rd grade when I had like double touching thing that I described in my book. So my book has more details about that, but for instance, if I were to touch something with my right hand or right foot, I felt like I had to touch it with my left hand or my left foot with an equal amount of force, and it's hard to explain concisely, but again, I put more detail of that in my book. Another thing is if I'm like have to scratch myself or have to itch or something, that's other things that I do. And sometimes I just question if that's why people sometimes think that I'm crazy, but I'm not. It's autism. So again, the point of these videos is to encourage the people who have autism, as well as to educate the ignorant so that they could accept us for who we are. Because autism is on the rise. People have got to learn to accept us, put aside competition, and just, again, accept us for who we are. And also for they themselves to acknowledge that they have a purpose. Everyone has a purpose. And that's what I hope that my videos convey. So have a great day.